and welcome to today's video. Today's video has been a little complicated to shoot. Not going to lie. In the video to come, you're going to see me confused. You're going to see me hiding frustration because my camera randomly died out in the middle. We had to swap cameras. Still don't know what happened to the previous one. Need to figure that out because I want to shoot more videos this week, obviously. So I'm really sorry if you guys see a slight change in color or lighting halfway through, because naturally I'm shooting from my vlog cam halfway through. But this is what the final look is going to be like. So if you guys want to know how I get to doing this look, which is by the way my first ever attempt at cut crease, I hope that this is a good enough first attempt because I was really confused about what I wanted to do with today's makeup. All I knew was I wanted it to have a metallic touch in it. Let's dive right into this video. You can take a look at how I decided to do it, and hopefully if you like it, you will let me know down below in the comment section. I will leave all of the makeup breakdown details as usual in the info box, so make sure you guys take a look at that. And yeah, let's dive right into the video. Okay, so to start with, I want to tell you that my skin is sort of back to behaving itself for the past few days. I was having a really dry skin phase. I do need to get my eyebrows done really badly, so let's all just ignore that because I will make up for the messiness in my brows with the product that I picked today. For my base today, I have picked out the MAC Studio Moisturizer that I have here in my hands. I feel like the MAC Studio Moisturizer is very nice and hydrating, and at the same time it gives this really nice glowy feel to your skin. It's a lovely light moisturizer that does very well for all skin types, and it's not sticky either, it's not greasy. Even though it's super moisturizing. So I feel like if you have oily skin and you're looking to invest in a good prep product, like a pre-makeup prep product, then this definitely is something that I personally recommend. I'm talking while doing my makeup after so long. I've been doing the cutaway style videos for you guys. Let me know which style you prefer down below in the comment section. I feel like I don't want my videos to land up being excessively long, which is why those videos land up being more informative while at the same time not being very long. Whereas of course these makeup tutorials that I do while talking, they take me a little extra time to film. They also take more time when you're watching them, if you want to watch them till the end, which hopefully you are doing. But let me know down below in the comment section which of the two styles you prefer more. I am having a really terrible hair day. I'm trying to not iron my hair out today, or like sort of blast dry it out today, which is why I'm sort of letting it be. But I think by the end of this video, eventually I will have to sit and style it up at least a little bit. I have somewhere to go tonight. I definitely can't go looking like this. When I think of it, actually, I'm really gonna have to style it by the end of this video. So let's just wait for that. Let me finish my makeup first. Now that I'm done prepping with the MAC product I told you guys about, I'm gonna go in and use some of my Smashbox Photo Finish Foundation Primer. What I love about this primer is that you barely need any product. Literally just a little bit on my fingertips, which I use on my under eyes and on the high points, like on both sides, not high points of my face necessarily, but like both sides for my cheeks, so the blush and the contour all really stay. I take a little bit of the residue that's left and go over my eyes. You guys know that I tend to put my foundation and concealer on the eyelids anyways, so the foundation and my eyeshadow does a great job of staying, which brings me to the idea that I actually am winging today's look. Of course, by now you guys must have already seen what the final look might be like, because I've decided to do an introduction that I will be putting before I start this tutorial with the final look. But as I'm shooting, I have a bunch of products laid out around me, and I genuinely don't know what I want my final look to be. I know I wanted to have a little bit of a metallic detailing, but I'm really confused about whether I should take the pink route or the green route. So let me just sort of go along while I'm playing with the products and figure out what I eventually choose to do. You already know what I may have done, but let's wait and see. The foundation I've chosen today is the MAC Studio Fix Fluid Foundation, which has SPF 15. I wear the shade NC42. Now the reason I love this foundation, and I actually recently rediscovered it after keeping it on the back burner for a while, strangely, which is why I don't even think I mentioned it in my top 5 favorite foundations video, but to be honest, it should have made it. Like if I was doing a top 6 favorites now, I think it would be in it, is because it's really nice and obviously HD. It is very full coverage. It stays really nice and long. Not gonna lie, it does move a little bit around the face, like around my smile area, my frown lines, which are like my worry zones when it comes to makeup. But having said that, I think that this foundation gives me a really hydrated look irrespective of whatever primer I use below it. I have in fact used this foundation a few times without any primer as well, and it does really well. It stays long hours, and it doesn't look like you're wearing a product. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like I like foundations, I like bases that don't look like you're wearing any product on. So I feel like that's another important thing to consider. Almost forgot my neck there for a second. And now I'm gonna go in and do some blending. See what I mean? It just sort of melts into my skin. I think the shade is so right for me. In fact, a couple of times I've even used an NC44 instead of an NC42 in this particular product, and it's done really well for me. Look at the difference. Like, it doesn't look like I'm wearing product, which is what I love about it. I'm gonna go in literally with such a gentle hand. I don't even need to push. I just need to graze across my skin with the brush for this. Okay, so the product I've used has been super minimal. In case you guys haven't noticed, the product doesn't come with a pump. You can of course buy a pump separately at the MAC store. Okay, so to give it a little more full coverage, I took less than another half a pumpish amount of foundation onto my brush, and I laid it out, and I'm gonna go in and just do some quick blending. Okay, next up, what I'm going to do is take some of my Maybelline Age Rewind that I have started to love of late. You guys know that I wear the shade medium in this, like I do in a lot of other products. I'm just going to apply some of the product on my under eyes, center of my nose, my chin, my upper lip. This product blends out so amazingly, and it brightens the face apart from just concealing the dark circles. I'm gonna let this sit for a bit till I get I really need to organize my brushes better. I have all of these brushes that are just too many for right now, I think. And I need a better organization system. I really need more boxes to keep my brushes in. Anyway, I'm using the Colourpop Brow Gel in the shade Black and Brown, and I'm gonna do my brows quickly. I'm gonna do my brows quickly while my concealer sort of gets friendly with my face. Okay, so now that I'm done with my brows, I am realizing that my brows are looking really in the need to be done. So I'm definitely going to take an appointment to get my brows done first thing tomorrow, because I'm seeing all that extra hair and I can't pluck my eyebrows with a lot of talent, I have to say. That's only because it starts hurting me halfway through, and then I leave one eye done and one eye undone, and obviously I can't afford that. So I'm just gonna stick with doing my makeup today and go get my brows done tomorrow, on priority. Coming back to this right now, you see what I mean? It just brightens that entire area. It also kind of highlights a little extra weight that I've put on at the moment, but that's what contour is for. I'll go do my under eyes last. I'm just gonna blend everything everywhere else for the moment. And now I'm gonna go into my under eyes. Okay, so now that I have covered my under eyes, I feel like I want to start becoming a baker, someone who bakes. I'm not exactly sure if I want to or don't want to, so I'm kind of on the fence for that. I'm still to meet the perfect transparent or banana shaded loose powder. I've tried a few, but they don't really work all that well for me. I feel like they help and they brighten up my eye and all of that looks great, but I get a lot of lines in my under eyes. So a lot of times, while it looks great in the first maybe half an hour, right after that my lines start getting emphasized. and then I cursed myself for trying something that doesn't work for my skin. Anyways, so now getting back to this, I feel like my lips are getting ridiculously dry right now. Much better. I just used some of the Strawberry Shine lip care from the Himalaya range, and I'm gonna go in and do my face before we go into my eyes. Okay, so to contour, I've got the Fenty Match Sticks here in my hand in the shade Mocha, which does really well and blends like a dream. I've just gone over my cheekbone as well as my jaw. And I don't really like to go into my forehead. I literally almost never do it because I feel like it doesn't do much for me. I need a better organizing system for my brushes, you guys. I'm gonna use this Morphe M571 brush to go in and blend my contouring. But for now, I'm just gonna go into some blending. I always like to blend in like feathered motions. I don't like to like rub and pull. You guys know that by now. So now that I've got my contour done, I'm going to pick up some of my Morphe bronzing stick. I've got the shade Naturally Exposed picked out over here, just a little above the contour line, and I'm not going to go over my jaw. The bronzer obviously has a slightly shimmery metallic finish, very subtle, blends in beautifully, but it's still there. So I'm going to use it just a little bit above the contour lines, like you can see. I'm going to use the same brush and do some more blending. I feel like we're more or less set with this. So I'm gonna take my blush brush. The blush I've picked out for today is Pink Tease from Estee Lauder, which is not opening right now. Okay, it is. Just gonna take a little bit of the blush. Now, a lot of you have actually asked me about this brush in the recent comment section conversations, but this brush is an unbranded brush. It's from a brand called Ocean, which I don't even know of. It's just one of those brushes I picked up at a local store near my house. It has nothing great about it, but it does the job fine. So in case you guys want something like that, probably like take a screenshot of this brush, go to a local beauty store and see what you get similar to it. Of course, there are a lot of high-end brushes that you will get similar to this, but this literally just says Ocean powder brush. That's it. Going into the blush from the apples of my cheeks and then pulling it slightly upward for a little bit of a gradient slash natural effect. You guys know I like a good flush on my cheeks, nothing too much, nothing invisible either. I will not be doing my highlighter now. You know why, if you've been following my tutorials for a while. I always do my highlighter last. Well, actually I do my highlighter, then I do my lipstick, and then I do my setting spray. So third last, I think. Now we're gonna dive into the very exciting part of doing the eyes. Now with the eyes, I told you guys I'm slightly confused. I want to do something metallic. I actually wanted to do something with green, and now I want to do something with pink or rose gold. So I've got a few options laid out here next to me, and I think what I'm just gonna start out with is this. Why isn't anything opening today? Wait, come on. What is it? Is it something to do with my hands? Nothing's opening. Maybe I have lots of moisturizer on my hands. Not opening? Yeah, opening. It's just me. Okay, so in my hands, I've got the Smashbox Photo Edit Trio over here in the palette called Holy Crop. I've got 3 shades here: Lingerie, Outfoxed, and Miss Chili. What I'm gonna start out with is take a brush. I'm using the Morphe, one of the Morphe eyeshadow brushes. I picked up a whole Morphe eye palette a while back. If you guys have seen that video, you know what I'm talking about. I know for sure I'm gonna need obviously a little bit of dimension in my crease. So let me start out with just taking Miss Chili and going into my crease line. Maybe I should do like a cut crease. I've never really tried a proper cut crease. Should I try a cut crease? I'm getting very excited right now. And maybe like leave this nice defined brown and then do like a cut crease with full metallic eye. Oh my god, that does sound nice, doesn't it? Okay, I've pulled my mirror up closer because I need like a closer look right now. I started out with thinking I was just filling the crease, but I've clearly filled out the crease and given myself like a little deep pocket here on the outer side, which is okay. Now that I'm thinking of a cut crease, I'm getting very excited. I think I'm more or less even on both eyes. I can do the finishing touches once I've done the metallic part of it, which I'm extremely excited for. What I'm going to do before I do the metallic part is take a fresh brush. And I'm going to take this shimmery tone, which I think is lingerie. Yeah, I'm just going to take a little bit of lingerie and give like this easy outward blend to the same Miss Chili. Giving it a little bit of a highlight while obviously smoothing it towards the outside, because you don't want the outside of your eyeshadow to look uneven or like not finished. Okay, so now that I'm about to go in with a cut crease, I've pulled some concealer on the brush over here. I'm using the FaceIt concealer. The FaceIt concealer I picked up some time ago, but it doesn't really match my skin tone anymore at all. I think I've really tanned over a period of time and I don't like to use something that's very, very light. But my friends do use it from time to time, and when I'm doing my mom's makeup or when just some of my friends' makeup who it matches well with, I use it on them. I've taken some of the concealer on my brush over here. This is the first time I'm trying a cut crease. Okay, I don't think I've ever tried a cut crease before this, so I hope it works out. Let's see. Okay, I don't want to go all the way to the outside because I've given it that depth on the outside, but I want this to be neater. Okay, sharper. Yep. I'm gonna use this area for the blending, so I'm gonna go over and do the same thing on the other eye now. Okay, I think both the concealers are sort of matching on both eyes now. I'm going to give this a few quick seconds to dry out and come back for the glitter. It's my cat in the frame. She just walked into the frame. I'm going to give this a few seconds to let it dry out before I go in with the glitter. Okay, in the few seconds that I waited for my concealer to dry, my camera kind of acted up on us, which I'm getting slightly worried about because I obviously do film almost every day, to do 5 videos a week, so I don't know what we're going to do next, but let's cross the bridge when we come to it. For now, I'm using my smaller camera. So in case you see a slight difference in color or a little bit compromise on the resolution, please just bear with me. I'm going to go in and do the metallic part of my eyes now that my concealer has dried out and given me a really nice and light base to work on. I've got the Pick Me palette here from Smashbox with the shades Fever Dream, Pink Sparks and Heat Seeker. I'm going to take a little bit of Heat Seeker on my brush and go over to the concealer area that I have created on my lids. I'm getting slightly worried about this camera thing. If I start speaking slightly slower, please bear with me. Okay, the color is popping because there's concealer, which I love. I really hope it's showing the same way on the camera too. Okay, I love this. Obviously, I need to blend it out a little bit, which I will do. Right now, I'm just Now what I'm going to do is go back to the first shade that I used in my crease area and just do a little bit of blending because I want the pink and the brown to sit together really well. I would have avoided doing this if I wanted to go for something that is dramatic and doesn't necessarily blend well together, but naturally I want to be able to wear this look without it being too dramatic. What I'm also doing is just deepening the outer corners to give it a little bit of dimension, almost like a smoky eye feel, but not with too much product because otherwise it will go, like I said, way too far out dramatic. What I'm also going to do next is take another brush. I'm going to take a nice fluffy brush and I'm going to take this lovely peachish pinkish shade that I have over here from the Pick Me palette. This is in the shade Fever Dream, and I'm just going to give this a transition position between the pink glitter and the brown. So I'm just sort of adding it in the middle. Normally you guys know I take a little bit of highlighter product and go into the innermost corners of my eyes, which obviously I won't need to do with this particular look because of how much highlighter product glitter there is in it anyway. So I'm going to leave it as is. I just want to define the colors a little more. I feel like I want to take a little more brown and go into the socket because I feel like that's kind of gotten a little bit hazy. It's not as perfect as I would have liked it. So even though I'm trying to not make it too hard with definition because of that dramatic thing I have going on in my mind that I don't want it to be, I still feel like it needs to be well defined. Yeah, a little better now I feel. Gonna do the same thing on this eye as well. What I'm also going to do is take a little bit of the same brown on a smaller brush and just go over my lower lash line. This is something I'm recently starting to do with my makeup looks. It's not something I used to do, but I do realize that a final look always looks really good when there's some definition down too. So I'm just stroking it off really lightly with the help of this small brush. Okay, so to complete the eye look, I used my Smashbox Always On Felt Liquid Liner and I used the new EuroGirl lashes that I bought for myself. I have used one of these before in one of my previous videos. The one I opened out today is called Sana. They're really nice and big and super fluttery, and I really like that about them. I feel like they're very dramatic, but at the same time not too dramatic. I feel like they're the right kind of glamorous, you know what I mean? To finish my look, I have 2 more steps to go. I'm going to first try and open this. Yeah, okay, nothing's opening today. I'm gonna go ahead and apply some highlighter. I'm using MAC's Soft and Gentle highlighter on my face. That is absolutely beautiful. It's my go-to glam highlighter, using a little bit of it on my nose as well and on my Cupid's bow. Then I'm using Mild Mauve from the Lakme Melt Matte collection on my lips. And setting the entire look in with my usual Fix Plus. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. It's been a crazy hour and a half-ish. Normally a video like this would take me about 30 to 40 minutes to shoot, but it's taken me close to, I think, 2 hours only because of the camera confusions and all of that. But I really hope you guys will enjoy the video and let me know what you finally thought down below in the comment section. Let me know what your video requests are for the videos to come as well, so that I know what I can film. I want to make videos that you want to see, and with a 5 videos per week schedule, it can really help me brainstorm when I know what you want to see. So I'm gonna go now, gonna stop ranting. I will see you guys in the next one. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button before you go away. I love you guys. Bye. Mwah.